What are some of the craziest things that the Idol fans have done to you? Because they love you.
They're very sweet. I love my Idol fans. They're very, very, very...
I love them.
Yeah.
Especially the Glamberts. Love them.
Yes, they can get a little nasty sometimes. Have you known
No,
that?
they're nice to me.
They're nice to you.
I
That's
love
good.
the Glamberts and the Chris Allen fans, the benches. Shout out to the benches.
What's up, benches?
Yeah.
The thing is, have you found with Adam fans though that if you ever talk about Chris, they get really upset that you're talking about him?
No, they're fine because they want me to interview Adam and I haven't, and I've.
You should. He's a great interview.
Yeah, thanks 19.
Come on. Hook him
yeah,
up.
there you go. But Allison and Chris have been really cool.
Yeah.
And the Glamberts, they know that I love Adam's album, so we're cool.
Very cool.
I'm like Switzerland, man. Like I'm cool.
See, my problem is
I'm a chocolate.
when Adam first came on
Right.
Idol, when Adam first came on Idol, I didn't get him at all as far as like a contemporary pop artist, and I kept calling him out that like my problem with him was when the judges were saying he was contemporary, and when he was first on Idol, I was like, he sounds like Kip Winger, like he sounds like an 80s hair metal vocalist,
Right.
a great one. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't. My brain was like, that doesn't sound contemporary to me, and like early on in the season, the arrangements were all very like kind of karaoke as they are in the semifinal rounds. Once he really started to show off his arrangement skills and how he could flip a song, I was totally into him, and he won me over with Tracks of My Tears on Motown Night.
Right.
But because I had those first couple of weeks where I was cracking jokes and being like, what is this dude doing, the Adam fans think that I'm like now trying to like buddy up to him, but I'm gonna secretly like cut him and take him down.
Okay, so this is your chance.
I
Clear
love-
the record, clear the air. Let's do it.
I love Adam
Talk to
Lambert,
the
you guys.
Glamberts.
Dear Glamberts, I love my Adam Lambert. I also love my Chris Allen. I also love my Alison Irahita. I also love my Caitlin Epperly from season 9. Because I like all these people doesn't mean I can't doesn't mean, why do we have to choose? We can love everyone. I listen to Adam's album all the time. I listen to Chris's album a lot. I listen to Allison's album the most. Does that mean the Chris Allen fans should be mad at me because I like Allison's album
It's
better?
a great workout album, the Allison.
I don't work out.
Oh.
This is my workout. I sweat everything out with caffeine.
Well, speaking of fans, let's ask some of the fan questions.
Uh-oh.
What was more awkward for you, Alex Lambert on Something Pitchy Show or Lee calling you out saying that you kind of hated him?
I think that Lee Dewyze at the Idol finale was probably more awkward. We haven't actually run that part of the interview because we found it to be a little too awkward. We've since made up. Basically, what happened? I don't think many people know the story. The winner's walk is what they call it. You're backstage, and they have like a little mini red carpet set up.
Right.
And he won, and he comes down, and he's talking to a bunch of outlets, and then he like saw me down the like press line, and like kind of like I saw his face kind of drop, and I was like, oh snap! That I turned to my crew, and I was like, this is going to be interesting. He knows who I am. He's been watching my recaps. He knows that I don't think he can sing on key. I still stand by that. On Idol, that dude never sang on key. Sorry, Lee.
Auto-tune's fine in the studio.
In the studio,
Yeah.
I've always said
He'd be a great artist.
He's going to be a fine artist. He sounds awesome in the studio. I always said that. Let my back to Wise fans. And then when he got to the interview outlet right next to me, he actually stopped that interview and sort of like was like, "I know who you are. We're gonna have words." And I was like, "Okay." And then he's like, "I'm just kidding. It's all good. It's all good." But it was awkward. And then when he came to me, he like, it was.
Do you think he deserved to win?
Listen, I've always said this.
I'm just honest question.
I've always said
Don't
this.
hate me for asking.
The Dewyze fans, this is similar to Chris and Adam, the Dewyze fans think that I am a psycho Crystal Bowersox fan. I think I liked Crystal Bowersox more. However, if she had won, I would have still said that she was the worst Idol winner ever.
More than Taylor Hicks.
Taylor Hicks at least sang on key.
Okay.
All the time. Crystal's an amazing artist. Crystal's an amazing artist, and I'm excited for her album, and I think she's going to do really cool things in the studio. But she had pitch problems. And if we're like talking about Idol, which is supposed to find a vocalist,
Who do you think is the worst Idol contestant to win?
Lee Dewyze.
Okay.
For similar
Do you
reasons.
think it's his fault, or do you think it's the season's fault?
I think that it was the season's fault.
I'm giving you an out, right?
You're giving me an out, I know. But I always said, the conversation was Lee was the worst Idol winner, but I always would defend him and say, however, if Crystal had won, we would have probably been having the same conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So why pop culture? Why do you love it?
I don't know.
I love it.
Why do you love it?
It's just, you become obsessed with it. It's what, you've been brainwashed. It's almost like a religion.
It is totally a religion.
Yeah.
I grew up with it. I just was always into it. When I was all of my childhood memories are revolved around pop culture in some way. I learned how to shuffle cards by watching movies. I learned how to, when I was on a soccer team, when my parents forced me to play soccer when I was 5 years old, I would stare up at the sky and watch the clouds go by because it looked like the Warner Brothers logo, and I was obsessed with the Police Academy movies as a 5-year-old, and I would hum the Police Academy theme to myself. I think it's just if it's in your blood, you're just obsessed with it. I had older sisters who were really cool at exposing me to like 80s music, so I know a lot about, I was into Prince when I was 4.
Oh, can you give me some Rick Astley?
I was never really that into Prince.
He was on. Or some DuckTales?
DuckTales, hey now. Gotta love DuckTales.
Yeah.
DuckTales Nintendo game, represent.
Amazing.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Really I don't know how to answer that. It's sort of like, why do you like eating?
Because it feeds the soul.
Because it feeds the soul. Pop culture feeds the soul. I love talking about it. I love analyzing it. I love mocking it.
What's the hottest thing right now in pop culture that people should research?
People should research. Well, that's a funny question. If it's the hottest thing in pop culture, people shouldn't have to research it because they'll know about it.
Well, I know, but there's pop culture is different for everybody. Kimberly Locke and I just had a discussion about that a few weeks ago about, who's the icon of pop culture. And, everyone has a different opinion of actually what pop culture is.
For sure.
So is there anything like a hidden gem in pop culture that people should?
For sure. Janelle Monáe, you need to look her up. I mean, I think a lot of Adam Lambert fans might have looked her up already because he was pushing her a while ago. She's mind-blowing. She's got this like R&B, old school, futuristic conglomerate. And she's got this like crazy concept album. It started with an EP and just released her full length in May. And it continues the story, but you don't have to be into that crazy like robot science fiction stuff to be into it. It's just good music.
What's your vision? Like, what's like the next thing in your career that you'd really like to do? That's my last question, so make the answer like outstanding.
Josh, this is scary. I don't know, dude. I mean, because I never thought of myself as like an on-air dude, I don't know. I mean...
Do you want to be like a producer? Do you want to create your own show?
I think
because MTV has evolved, so it's a completely different network.
Completely different beast. I love the like Jersey Shore direction we're going in now. I never really got the Hills thing. I just didn't find those people fascinating, and I didn't like how we treated them like celebrities. So I just was like, these people aren't interesting to me. I don't like the values that they're pushing out. The Jersey Shore people, while I'm not particularly excited about the youth of America, it's kind of, I don't know that we can say that they're role models. They're such interesting people and like such cartoons in a great way, and they know who they are. I love that direction. I like that we're celebrating personality.
Do you miss the music though? Because, 20, 30 years ago it was all about the music.
Hey now. Music's still on MTV. Every day we air music videos from, I believe, 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. And we air good music videos. We were airing Adam Lambert's videos. We had Chris Allen's video on there, so Idol fans, And MTV News has a huge presence on TV in those hours, and we're really all about music, and we're trying to push as many music artists as possible. So that's, music is still on the channel. You just got to look for it a little bit. The problem here, the thing with MTV, with the music videos, is everyone always says they want the music videos, and then when we tried airing the music videos, no one was watching them. Because you don't really need to have them on TV necessarily. When you have them on demand on the internet, whether it's our website or other ones, you don't really want to go and be like, oh, a T.I. video is on right now. I'm not going to wait 5 minutes to maybe see, the new Katy Perry video. I'll just go online.
Done.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's always my answer when people go, why doesn't MTV show music videos? And it's like, we tried recently, and none of y'all watched it.
So it's your fault.
So it's your fault.
Yeah.
So...
I really appreciate how candid and honest you were in this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish I had a better answer for where I see myself. I don't really know
You're
where I
still
see.
young.
I'm still young. Maybe I need to figure out something because I got to kick my career up to the next level, right?
Absolutely.
I got to break that 10,000 Twitter mark. That's my goal.
Yeah, you will.
I'm jealous of Slezak. He's like 12,000.
So, if you want to follow Jim on Twitter, just go to JambaJim or just look below. And if they want more information about you, they can go to MTV.com.
MTVnews.com is probably easier because I'm a news correspondent, but I'm on MTV.com as well.
Very
One
nice.
big happy family.
And I hope Tweetbeat comes back because you're pretty funny.
Thanks, dude. We're going to try and figure out how to do it. We are. I promise you.
Well, Jim, thank you very much.
Pleasure, Josh.
And thank you for watching with Josh.com and, of course, AInow.org. See you later.